So,
Record.
good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Cockring focus group presented
Yes.
by Naughty Cherry Association. I'm one of your hosts, Lulu Batista, and we have
Crystal from Naughty James.
Just Krista?
she's gonna get
Yep.
her name, so don't worry.
Yeah, she definitely gonna get another name.
And let's go to our testers. First, we have
Me, Mr. Lulu. Okay.
and we also
My
have
name, Villainous Beats,
okay.
also known by my government name as David, if you know me.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to be a part of our focus group,
Absolutely.
to having you a jolly good month with some amazing
Some
products,
amazing things here.
It was
apparatuses,
such a vibe.
Radishes and things
and,
of that nature.
and lube that we hope that you use.
Yes. Oh.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
My first question: did you read the instructions? I sent her email twice.
Yes, I did.
That lube is your friend. So first, we're gonna see if I can. Nope, that's not it. I have to share screen, and we're going to go into our slideshow first.
Boom. Love slideshows.
And this should be nice. Oh, well, it
Yes,
comes
this
out
definitely feels like school.
Right?
We gonna learn you something. We gonna learn you something.
So, ta-da!
It's all graphic-y. Ooh.
Yes,
Fire.
amazing. So here we are. I love this background, so nice.
Yeah, it is actually.
So our first cock ring comes from Rock Candy, and this was a battery operated cock ring, and it has a lot of nubbies on the top for a lot of different sensational feels. So David, we'll let you go first. How did you feel about the Rock Candy cock ring?
I felt like the textures were a very nice touch. Offered a really good, strong vibration. I thoroughly enjoyed this one.
And the stretch was okay as far as
Yes, the stretch was perfect. Like out of all the ones, it gave me a lot of room to truly be what I need to be.
okay, okay.
Okay.
And Mr. Lulu, what did you think about rock candies?
So I definitely enjoyed the textures. Absolutely. I like this part too. Like that was pretty dope. It kind of felt like pressure on certain points of the shaft. The stretch was amazing. I definitely like that. I like the vibration. It wasn't too hard, but it also wasn't like something that you didn't feel. Like you knew it was there, but after a while, then you'll probably kind of forget. Um, but yeah, no, I thought it was real dope. And I like this color too. It's real interesting. I don't,
Well, everyone got them with different colors.
Not a color you see often
Yeah.
no, it's not. But you know what I like too? The color
for a
combo,
man, right?
teal and the pink. Like I think that was pretty dope. So all in
Absolutely.
all, yeah, this one was fresh. This one was real dope.
And as a receiver of it, I thought it was amazing. It wasn't too aggressive, as was said. You knew it was on, but you didn't. It wasn't like assaulting you in that sense.
Right.
So good for
So
play.
the nubs on there were a great feel for the clitoris play.
Yeah, yeah, you feel it on there, and it's not like too rough. It just kind of gives you that amount, especially if it had a little loop across the top. Kind of gives you a nice little glide for it.
Mhm.
And up next, we have our trios from Screaming O, which down here at the bottom, you see their original Screaming O. Crystal has there in the package.
Yeah.
That one is their flagship item that has been their item since they started.
Right. It's the toy that started the company.
Right.
Facts.
And it's still one of their amazing top sellers. Also, they advertise it to be used as a finger vibe. If you want to do that, because there's so much stretch, you can just turn it around and use it also as a finger vibrator if you would like. the next one to that, as we have our example,
2 fingers, 3 fingers,
um,
1 finger.
it depends.
Under the balls.
Right.
Under the balls.
Under the balls.
Under the balls.
So, David, how did you savvy with that first one?
Okay, so the first one I didn't like it much because it wasn't that much of a stretch to it, and
Okay.
it got to a point where the vibration felt more of a distraction than helpful.
Mm.
So, and the fact that it only lasted so long.
Right.
Right.
That's
Gotcha.
disposable one.
Yeah, that's the disposable. I think it's
Yeah.
like 30 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think?
It was all right. It was okay.
I think good for starters.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, like
It's a beginner's a cock ring. So
Yeah.
like, if you're not sure where you want to start, because I think this was my first sex toy ever. I was like, I went to the store and she was like, you're gonna try this on his penis, you know. Looking back, they never really explained what the whole point of the cock ring was for, but it was just like,
Right.
let's vibrate his penis and your clitoris will be fun, have fun, right?
Right.
I will say, yeah, this was the one that I did start with, to be completely honest.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was
But
that was
we've
actually
evolved.
good. Yeah. No, but that was pretty
Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So next down in the list we have the Oh Joy, which is a non-vibrating cock ring that has some amazing nubbies on there, more texture. David, what did you feel about that one?
It still the stretch was a little bit mid for me, but
Okay.
it wasn't as restrictive as the first one.
Okay.
Mm.
And I think without the vibration, it was a little bit of a little bit more helpful feature of it.
Right.
Do you feel like that would be something you would kind of use, like maybe in a foreplay aspect? Maybe you're doing some body rubbings, you know, things of that nature, not really
Yeah.
per se penetrational wise.
Right, right.
Yeah.
How about you?
With this one, I definitely liked the nubbies. I enjoyed that. But what I also enjoyed was, this, like he said, the stretch wasn't that much, but I actually liked it because it's actually more constricting. I like the tighter feel because, for me at least, it hardens it more. It keeps the erection longer, and it actually makes it thicker, which I enjoy. So I definitely liked it. You know, I like the way I guess it was just something with the tightness of it and the fact that it actually like squeezed it. Yeah, I like that part, and the numbers are cool.
So what we discovered, and I don't know if you noticed, David, but on the back of it, there's a little
yeah.
woman on the back. So you're gonna take a closer look at yours. There is a woman on the back of this product here.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like a little mermaid or something like that.
I did notice that.
Okay.
It was nice. It was a nice. It made me think of Starbucks for some reason.
Facts. Yeah.
Let me look at it good.
Now I gotta open it.
Like on the cup, like the female on the cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a detail that we don't see all the time.
Right.
You know, it hooks in because again, you probably can use that, you know, for some foreplay just for the nubbies sensation of it because it does have that hook where you can kind of put your thumb into.
You know, with this kind of well, you know, I would say, like she said, it would be good for the rubbing of the clitoris. Also, while you're penetrating her, so if you would put lube on this part,
good for a nipple or somewhere,
and just
yeah.
you know go around and just use it on there, or you could just use it just like this because it has nubbies all around, which is pretty dope. But this little thumb thing here is pretty fresh. You could just.
My ass is like, oh, I can use it to wash the dishes with. I bet you it'd get the inside of the glass, the bottom of that glass, really good.
Oh my word!
Christmas, what are we doing?
I don't think anybody would come to my house if they knew if I washed my dishes that way.
Right. If somebody's seen this as a dishwasher, I don't think anybody would be eating or drinking out your house.
You're not really washing your dishes.
Right. What exactly is going on here?
But I'm not using the toy. I'm just it
Everybody's
clean
house.
inside of the cup.
Okay.
Hmm.
And so our third one is the Plus, which is a little bit of a thicker ring. So David, what were your thoughts on the Plus?
Out of the three of these, this was
Yeah.
my favorite. This was
Okay.
my favorite. It wasn't too tight. The stretch was just enough for the package I was packing, and the vibration was perfect.
Okay. Okay.
Facts.
And what about
No, I agree with you. I agree with you definitely, and I like it that it feels a little softer as well, right? So the stretch is
Yeah,
perfect. The softness of the silicone feels really good, and also the vibration, like you said, it's not that hard vibration that it kind of like makes it feel like numb and tingly. It was almost like a sweet hum almost. Yeah, it was like a
like
hum.
when you're getting oral and she's humming on it.
Yeah, see, it felt good for me, man. I definitely enjoyed it.
It's probably a better feel because the thickness of the ring versus the other one, because the other one it's very thin,
right?
So all of the vibration is just going.
Right. I mean, I'm a fan of thicker cock rings.
Whereas you have a round you know, so it probably absorbs sound a lot better or vibration.
Right.
That's true.
Right. I'm a fan of thicker cock rings though. I like thick cock rings. I think that they with a thicker cock ring, I think it actually does the job a little bit better. With the thinner cock rings, it just feels like it's just like something there, and it doesn't really constrict anything. Even when you put it on, because you're supposed to put them on flaccid. So when you put them on and you're not hard, and then you get hard.
But you read in your direction, right?
Huh?
Yeah.
You read in your direction.
Absolutely. I mean, we gotta read. You gotta read.
Reading is
Put on
essential.
some Lulu. Put on the cock ring. Facts.
But I will say, like, if you've ever taken like a thread and tie it around your finger versus a shoelace,
yes,
that's how the original compared to the Plus felt to me.
That's a great comparison. I like that analogy. I really do, because I think that's exactly what that was. It's the string versus the shoelace, and this was a shoelace as opposed to a string. That was real dope, man. I like that.
Nice.
Yeah, that was dope.
Wordplay at its finest.
Yeah, you know.
And finally, we have blush, with our first one being the Play With Me C-Ring, which this used 1 AAA battery. David, how was this ride for you?
I mean, we get into my top 2 right here. Blush was the close second. Blush was a close second.
Okay.
The finish with the vibration is like, I think this was out of the finishes, like this one, the Screaming O Plus, and the next one, not to jump ahead, but those are the ones I was able to finish with, and woof.
Listen, man.
I needed a cigarette for this one. I needed a cigarette.
Now we are big fans of Blush, so I understand, because Blush has a nocturnal toy that I use that I just be like, it's heaven on earth. There's nothing that can compare. So I completely understand your admiration for this toy.
How did you?
And I'm glad it's the ones that are more reusable. So yes. I definitely use this for solo play as well.
Right.
Ooh, smart man. Smart man.
How did you feel about the stretch on this particular one, to Play With Me?
Perfect. It was the perfect amount of stretch. Like it just didn't feel too restricting, but it would not fall off with the action that was happening.
Right.
It did its job.
And what about you?
It did
No,
its job.
listen, I wholeheartedly agree with Dave. I think it was dope. I love this stretch. And you know what else I love? I love the nubbies. Love the nubs. But I also love the fact that you could take the bullet out,
Mm-hmm.
the bullet solo, and
Yeah.
do, you know, like, you know what I mean? Do like nipple play or
You
like,
gotta say, you know, because people don't know what you mean. You gotta
yeah,
say.
nah, so you know, it's like a magic wand, right? You take the wand out and then you start tracing the body with it, or you start tracing the nipples or the clitoris. And,
I'm about to say what you need to do. What you need to do. Put it between your balls and your ass, and the
oh yeah,
vibration up underneath the
the
prostate.
gooch.
On the gooch.
Right
Get the gooch.
on the gooch.
But see,
That was the word. That was
you
the word.
do
I
that
forgot what the name was.
while receiving the oral.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, buddy.
There you go.
Yeah, but you know
There
what
you
you know what you add. You know how you add a little bit of pleasure into that. Get you an ice cube and tell her to use the ice cube while she got the gooch going, while the gooch play is going. Oh yeah, that cold and warm feeling, and then she playing with the man. She's going to catch something fierce when we're done with that.
And we just
She
gonna
might
catch
get
the Holy
pregnant.
Ghost.
Dave was like, let me go get me a bag of ice because y'all messing around.
Listen, get you a bag of ice.
Look.
And then get a peppermint.
Is that why y'all was playing with the damn peppermints in the garden?
It's not.
None of your goddamn business.
You posted it.
Don't worry about no peppermint.
Personally, if you use the menthol, the plain menthol cough drops.
I've never used a cough drop. Listerine strip.
Listerine strips burn a little too much.
No. Look, Listerine itself is pain.
Mm-hmm.
If you get the regular Halls, it gives that. No, not the blue ones. You get the yellow ones.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
The yellow almost like the blue. You got to get the ones that don't have like much sugar in them. Oh, sugar free. Get the sugar free.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That works.
You know things.
No, I mean, listen, we sharing over here. This is what this forum is for.
Right. That we were hoping to induce growth of education, but no.
Of course.
It's okay. We still doing the education. So, Lulu, how'd you feel about this one?
I did like this one. Oh, hold on a second here.
It might be me because my computer just started. So
Okay.
it's.
Well, you can check it because you're a code thing, so I can't.
Because it said Crystal Gilbert left.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So yeah, I did enjoy the nubbies. The vibration is bar none when it comes to them. So, I enjoyed it. It's great again for a nice foreplay session, doing some massaging and things like that. A little bit dangerous if you have it on and playing while giving oral because then it's vibrating your nose, which Crystal loves a good nose vibration. But not all fun. It kind of gets a little bit intense. So
I like voice
I
to
tell Crystal she's smelling toys when she does that.
Yep. Because people don't realize that for women, the nose is the closest area on the body that has the same nerve endings as the clitoris. So if I want to feel how strong a toy might be, I'm going to put it on my nose.
Right.
That's just an excuse for her to smell it.
I learned a thing.
And so our last but definitely not least is our C-Ring 2.
Mm-hmm.
And
oh, this my go-to right here. Ooh, daddy. Round of applause. This one here is a beast, boy. It's the workhorse right here. See? Look. Clutch my pearls. Yes, sir.
David, take that one away for us. Let's hear about that. You gotta catch your breath first.
Hey. Have you ever came and cried at the same time?
I think I've come close to it.
I guarantee it. I stand by that one. That one's God tier. God tier.
So recommend it to every male friend.
I will tell this to every homie I got. I'm like, yo, get this and go clap your girl's cheeks.
Yes. Bust cheeks down.
If you having a problem getting pregnant, this will help you. This will help you.
That's a fact.
Now, this being the only product
Shoot the baby batter
that went over cock and balls, how does that differ for you from the other ones, obviously, because none of the rest of them did cock and balls activity, but this one.
It definitely helped with clitoral stimulation. So the design, I will say, like when I first started on, like the design looked weird, but when I put it on and was using it, like,
that's what it's for.
That's what it's for.
Yeah. Because you know what, man? I'm not going to hold you. I thought the same thing. I pulled it out the package, and I was just like, what the? I was like, how? And then when I put it on, I was like, because think about it. This part go around the balls, the testicle. Then this go around the shaft. So you got like, it's almost like you got the tightness, and then it's like she has Kegels on your joint. Like she got Kegels on your dick and balls. That's what, and it's just, but her Kegel is vibrating on you. See, because the thing I like about this is the different functions of vibrations and pulsations. If you find the right one, because you got to go through them. But when you find the right one, 10. But what I'm telling you is you can find, there's one on here that has the perfect pulsation and vibration. Jesus Christmas. Fuck me. Like this Crystal, one here,
I just might have to sample this.
Yeah, man. Like this one is a go-to. Like if you want to put one on, this is fire right here. Like I mean, and then all you gotta do is put it on and just put the vibration on and just sit there with it. You're like, because some of them you might turn on and it's like a little, shit, like it shocks you, right? So you got to get used to it. This one eases you in. It's like you a virgin, and then by the time you finish with it, you're a professional. So you bust your own cherry.
So if I was just definitely take my last comment back, like, yeah, this is definitely one if you're trying to ease into it and try to figure out what's your vibe. No pun intended.
All pun intended. All pun intended, because you definitely want to feel what your vibe is.
And then this silicone texture wise is
smooth.
Right, one of the softest out of the set. It's a really pure silicone. And I love the color, obviously.
Yep. She's a big movie.
But it just really gives a lot. So, and then again, for the contrast of a thinner one with a thicker one. So I think
that's the both worlds.
Yeah, it gives something different. Absolutely.
But you know what though? This is not as thin as you would think it is though, because it still has that thickness enough to constrict the testicles, but not feel like they're not stuffed or like cramped.
Right. It doesn't feel like the Infinity Gauntlet's jacking you off or anything.
Facts. But this was some with some lube, and you don't even need a lot of lube. You really don't. You put on some of that. Yeah, brother. And then again, the fly thing about blush is you can remove. This is what I'm talking about. It's almost like a 2-in-1 toy.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? This is like a what you call it? What do they call you? The knife thingy?
Swiss Army knife.
This is like a Swiss Army knife of cockrings.
Swiss Army knife.
You dig what I'm saying? Because you can take the vibrator out, you use it. You can either put on the nose like Crystal like to do it, or you can, or you get around the nipple area. You could literally vibe her thighs up to the pubic bone area, then back down. This is a mean teaser right here.
Now he crayoling.
Yeah, you could outline her body the way you want, like the cops do when they catch a dead. Because you fuck with this, she's gonna be a dead body. She gonna be a dead body on that bed. Like my man Capone said, the pussy's dead on the bed. It's dead.
I am dead.
Dead on the bed. And it wasn't DOE. I mean, it wasn't DOA. You killed it while you got it.
Lord have mercy.
You.
All right. So now here's the questions of David. Had you tried Cockrings prior?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Any reviews from your significant other? Any complaints?
There were no complaints. It was like, get more of this.
So are you
No, I'm definitely glad that the last one is rechargeable.
Yeah.
Ooh. That was a thumbs up for me as well.
Yeah.
no bad?
I mean, the batteries aren't too bad, right? Like it's only when you forget how many times you use it or how long you used it, and then like you're in the mood and you in between strokes and all of a sudden it dies. You like,
well, don't we know that to be true?
that shit sucks. Like it's always just about when you're ready to climax that the battery dies and you're just like, no. Yeah, it's one of those like the Bounty commercials where they drop the juice and it just because you couldn't drop your juice. You couldn't drop your juice.
Oh, I'm done. We did a small focus group just on vibrating and non-vibrating. Now, we should tell you just on educational purposes, not necessarily you, but the people out there watching us, that there are quite a few array of cock rings. You have your metal cock rings, you have your leather cock rings, you have your silicone cock rings, you have your cock rings that have anal toys added on them, you know. So right now we just kind of stuck with these two just to see where people were comfortable, what they liked. And right now you guys are loving this rechargeable silicone toy by Blush.
Yep.
And so I just want to say for charging purposes, you know, try to get your little thing and kind of write the name on it because I don't know how many adult products you have at your home, but you know, a plug can go missing real fast. You know, this one is like a pin charge, so you know, you're like, I know I had, I don't know where, and then that becomes a situation where you want to get it at, and the thing done died on you, and so now you're upset. So that's, you know, a little tip. But you know, the other product just takes one AAA battery, which we should all have in our house anyway, so that's not too bad. The other ones are kind of the little hearing aid batteries, so kind of once they're dead, they're kind of like, you know, there is that kind of when it's finished kind of use product. So and they're a little bit, their price point is different, so I think they make it more easy. So if you just want to buy another one and buy another one, it's not as costly as maybe this one or the other one because it's rechargeable and it has a different battery. So there's kind of that aspect of it. And yeah, that's my part on it.
And lube.
I'm testing and lube.
So the important part of cock rings is the actual putting it on, because a lot of people don't realize that you should put it on with lube and a flaccid penis. Yeah. And you should not put a cock ring on when you are hard. No. And initially a cock ring is to keep you harder longer. Right. So notice you'll see a lot of the male corn stars will wear the metal cock rings that are hidden below their penis or out of eye shot, because that's what's keeping them hard.
Now, we did not go for the metal because that is a more advanced apparatus, and we do not want to shock anybody, especially, you know, doing this over Zoom and those kind of things. That's more of a class where that would have to definitely be you seeing something at the moment, it being an example put on a dildo that we will have, and you know, kind of going into that way. And really, and that one, you know, you have to kind of find your size. It's, you know, metal ones is not a one size fit all. kind of business.
Right.
The biggest fear I've ever seen was just like, oh, it's on there, not and now I can't get off it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've ever had like a wedding ring stuck to your finger.
No, I don't. I've never had.
We're gonna switch out for 1 second. Mr. Lulu's gonna take off me for just 1 second.
Okay.
No, I've never had a ring. Had a ring, a wedding ring? No.
A ring on your finger in general, like if your finger just swells up, you'd have to go to a fire department and they'll cut the thing off. It's cool, but it's scary.
My wedding ring stay getting. I can't even take it off right now. Finger swole. Nothing. And I keep my wedding ring on. I don't take it off.
I'm glad to hear that. A few men don't.
Oh no, I keep my joint stay on. It stays on so much that I literally have to take it off so that my finger could recover. Because if all right. But anyway, if you like, I have a mark where my ring is at, like a permanent mark, and this is as far as it goes off. That's as far as it goes, and I don't mind it at all. It's cool for me. Only thing is, when I go to take it off, I gotta clean it because it done got lotion in it.
Lotion, right?
Got soap in it. So I'm just like, Jewelry store does a great job cleaning my ring for me.
Do you have any other questions that you'd like to ask us or tell us, or any other thing that you'd like to add to this?
This was fun.
Definitely was, man. We enjoyed you coming through.
We try to do, try to do something new. It was Father's Day. We had never done a male's Cockring, male's focus group. So, we wanted to try something, get the male's perspective.
Okay.
And, unfortunately, we only got yours.
No, it's all good.
So
it's all good.
I'm gonna stop.
It's cool. It's cool.